Hey, it's me, Tyler. Bose open earbuds are stylish. The color, it looks almost like an earring. I feel like it could go with anything. The music I'm making right now feels like a holiday. I want to look like it too. Check out Bose.com for more.
Welcome to Kill Me Now with Judy Gold. I'm your host, Judy Gold. And this week's episode is a very special episode. If you are a regular listener, you know that last year, just at this time, I interviewed Trevor Moore, the incredible, wonderful, talented musician, comedian. And we aired part one, and before part two aired, Trevor died in a tragic accident. And we held on to part two. Wanted to give the family time to grieve, and we thought it would be appropriate, since it's been a year, to honor his memory and his incredible body of work, that we air part two. So here is part two of my conversation with Trevor Moore. Check out part one when you get a sec, and enjoy. You become a page, which is like the most treasured, coveted, like NBC pages. I mean, if we looked up a list of who was an NBC page, it's
Regis Philbin.
Right. Was Katie Couric an NBC page? I don't know.
I don't know.
It was crazy, right?
Well, they get 50,000 applicants a year.
And they picked 50, right?
They pick 50.
Yeah.
Like, you know, and you have to, like, it is the most high pressure interview you could ever be in, which I botched. Like, I don't interview well. I don't like
right, but then you were like, oh, and by the way, I know you fucking hate me, but here's a letter from Lauren Michaels. Like,
exactly.
Like, what did they ask you in the interview?
Well, they're like, where do you see the future of television?
And, shut the fuck up.
All this stuff.
18 years old, yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't know, like, I guess Friends is going to be off the air. You know, but I had a letter. I had like the golden ticket.
So you guys graduate, right? And the whitest kids you know is, first of all, it is one of the, I mean, that fucking Abraham Lincoln sketch.
Oh, yeah.
Is so fucking hilarious. What the fuck? We could not stop laughing. Your sketches, you were actually named in like the top 25 sketch things of all time.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No, I didn't know.
Your sketches are so, and it's so interesting, the evolution of, like, because a comic strip is like a mini sketch, right?
Yes.
And then, you know, getting to watch how sketches, you know, develop and evolve, and, you know, what they cut and what they keep and how it, you know, grows over a week. And then, you know, you're in this group and it's amazing. Right.
Well, it's funny because, like, you know, me and Zach directed the show.
Right.
And you can really see at the beginning of it, like, because of the way and it was something, eventually I figured out why I was doing this, but I would direct it like a comic strip, where it was like, you'd start out with somebody on the left side of the screen.
Right.
And whoever came in to do the joke would enter the right side of the screen. And so I was actually directing it as you would place the joke's timing in a script. And it like took me a season or so before I was like, oh, wait a minute. You don't have to do it this way. I'm doing this because of comics. Like, you know.
That's so fascinating. I find people who write great comics it's just, I mean, it really is a visual joke, and it's so, they're great. I mean, when you have a good comic strip, it's just, I mean, talk about satire and changing the world and speaking truth to power. I mean, it's the most
the cultural
way of,
I don't know if it's still that way, but like the cultural impact that comics used to have is insane. Like, I don't think anything makes cultural impact anymore. Like, everything's disposable and it's gone in 2 months. But like the way, like, something that I mean, I was talking about, like, I was obsessed with David Letterman.
Right.
A fascinating thing to me is that Letterman and Jim Davis went to school in the same college, same year.
Right.
So they were classmates.
Right.
And as successful as Letterman is, and you couldn't, in comedy, you can't be more successful than like Letterman.
Right.
He still wasn't the most successful comedy person from his college.
Right.
Like,
right.
you know, Jim Davis money is insane.
Forget it. Yeah.
Yeah.
You ended up also doing segments on the Tonight Show. So how did this go? You had this group, and then how did you break off to get to do your own shit?
Well, the show, you know, we got a TV show. We won the Aspen Comedy Festival.
Right, that's right.
Back when that was a thing.
I love that thing.
Oh, it was great. I mean, it was like a Sundance for comedy. It's like where people got deals.
Yeah. And what about the fucking swag? I mean, I have so much shit from there. Like,
I didn't get any swag.
Oh, I got jackets and hats and gloves and fucking.
I didn't get shit.
Well, sorry.
No, we didn't. There's a swag tent.
Oh my God. I went for HBO and I would do like interviews and shit, you know, because I did this show on HBO called At the Multiplex with Judy Gold, where I'd interview people as they came out of the movie. And so, but I started at the Aspen Festival just interviewing people. And, you know, I was there when Jerry Lewis said women aren't funny.
Was that on your show?
No, I went to that. He was being interviewed by Martin Short. And Martin Short's wife, God rest her soul, asked the question, you haven't mentioned any women. And that's when he said, well, women aren't funny.
Holy shit.
Do you think,
do you think that, because Jerry Lewis was huge. Like you can't get bigger than Jerry Lewis.
Right.
Like, you know, but not a beloved person. Like, you know, like,
I know.
Do you think that was it?
I think, you know how they always are like, you're like, oh my God, that person's so great. And he does, and he did the muscular dystrophy thing and everyone thought he was a great person. It's like all the shit you find out about people now through social media. Like, oh my God, this one's a fucking cunt or this one's a fucking asshole. Like
he also did that Holocaust movie.
Yeah. But he, you know, I wrote this book and I love watching old comedy. And there's a bit with him and Toady Fields, and they are, I mean, Toady Fields to me was like, because she was such a physical comic and so like no boundaries, like crazy, would do anything and just fucking hilarious. And he belittles her and, you know, like about her weight and all this shit. And she's like, well, when I look in the mirror, I see Raquel Welch. And he's like, well, I don't, you know, he's just talking shit about her. And she goes, because I have a picture of Raquel Welch on my mirror. And it's just, you know, just the way he basically, he wouldn't say women were funny. He did. And someone was like, Lucille Ball. Yeah, she was funny. But it was like, it was so hard for him, this misogyny, this like, it's so weird because like the other day we played tennis, my lover, Elisa and I, and we were playing tennis and the ball from the guys were playing tennis next to us and the ball went over to our side and the guy, Rich, who is like, you know, 60s, I don't know, married, kids. He's like, hey, sweetie. And for the rest of the time they were playing, I was like, hey, honey bunch, hey, hot ass. Like, I wouldn't stop. And Elisa doesn't want to, oh, he's older. And it's like, but no. Like, he made you feel uncomfortable, and you're being like, oh, it's okay. And it's like, no, it's like inappropriate. You're
nothing. Nothing is more fun than righteous confrontation.
Oh, If
you like, but my wife's the same way where like, if I feel like I'm right, like I love bringing it up in public to strangers. Like, and she does not like that at all.
Right.
Like,
right. Yeah. I love that. All right. So how did you get to do the Tonight Show segments with Jay?
So when Whitest Kids ended, we did 5 seasons.
Yeah.
And then I you know, it was a blue sketch show. Like
Right.
it was, you know, and so I kind of consciously was like, I want to do something that's very clean, you know, like, because
Like
I
middle
don't.
America, you don't want to have this. You don't want to be pigeonholed into
Exactly.
this guy's a filthy fuck. Yeah.
Yeah, I want to do comedy that's like, you know,
Yeah.
for a little bit. And then there was a showcase, and I believe they showed like some of my stuff. I don't know if it was my music, or I think it might have been like, because I was doing albums for Comedy Central at the time.
Right.
But I showed something at the showcase. I got an interview with the Jay Leno people, and they were like, "Well, we want you to be." So that was right when Leno was leaving. The first time.
Is this Bob Reed and what's his name? Ross Mark?
Ross. Yeah,
Ross,
yeah.
They were my managers for a while when I was in
Oh.
LA. Yeah. They're great. Yeah.
So they were basically like, we're doing this new Jay Leno show at 10 o'clock. You know, because when Conan was taking over, so Jay was going down at 10. And they were like, we need comedy correspondence for it. Like, can you write and like, you know, shoot things that we can air on the thing? I was like, sure. And so like the first one I did, they let me direct, and then they didn't let me direct anymore because I took so long. But because I was like really trying to do a good job with it. Yeah, and it was like a cinematic thing. It was like it was like an ER spoof, and it had Eric Andre in it, and like all these like I was just pulling in like friends, but it was like in retrospect, I made like a really good thing for it. But So I worked on the Jay Leno show, and then that stopped, and then they were going back to 11:30 because the whole like Leno Conan fiasco. And then they asked me to come with them, so it was like I actually got to leave the 10 o'clock and go to the Tonight Show, and I did that till the end, till Leno like quit.
And you got health insurance, right? And money and fucking SAG-AFTRA. I mean, you're fucking.
No, I didn't get health insurance through the Tonight Show. Like, no, I wasn't full time.
No, but through SAG-AFTRA you did. Well,
yeah.
Comedy Central shit too.
This week's episode of It's Judy Show with Judy Gold is sponsored by BetterHelp. And if you know me, which I think you do because you're listening to my podcast right now, you know that I am a big advocate for therapy. I think it benefits everyone. I think there's so many people who need it, who don't partake. It is so important for your emotional health and well-being. Therapy is fantastic. It is in every stretch of the imagination. And if you're thinking of starting therapy, please do it. But please give BetterHelp a try. It is entirely online. It's designed to be convenient. It's flexible. It suits your schedule. You fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist, and you can switch therapists anytime for no additional charge. I have switched therapists in my life. I've had many, many therapists, and sometimes it's not a great fit for you, but don't give up. Therapy is beneficial. You can learn about yourself, you can process, and just be emotionally healthy. I'm telling you, do it. BetterHelp is great because, when I used to schlep to my therapist's office, it was so annoying. You have to do it, and you sit there and you wait, and then I'm telling you, doing it online is fantastic. And BetterHelp is amazing. I know a lot of people who've used it. So if you're thinking about therapy, go to BetterHelp.com. Let the gratitude flow. This is Gratitude Month, people. So you need to let the gratitude flow with BetterHelp. Visit BetterHelp.com/JudyGold, JudyGold, today, and you will get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/JudyGold. You're welcome.
At this point, you've now gotten this audience of, white guy, like people with an 18-year-old boy sense of humor like me.
Yeah.
And now you got this other audience because you're doing the Tonight Show. And your parents are completely unsupportive, correct?
No. They're supportive
they
through
won't watch, right?
They won't watch.
Right. They won't watch.
Well, they won't. So I did a movie in 2009 that they wouldn't go see.
Oh no. Yeah.
Miss March that they wouldn't go see.
Yeah.
And that hurt a little because it was like, come on, it's a movie. I did a movie, but the Tonight Show stuff, they actually started being like, oh, we can watch this.
Right.
So now I've kind of hit like a balance, like, because now I produce Disney programs.
Yes.
And
with it, you created.
Yeah. Walk the Prank. So I've been doing these like Disney things for the last couple of years. And so, but then I'll also do like albums and specials and so now my parents will ask me, they're like, can we watch this one? I'm like, don't watch this one. Or like,
that's funny. That's
funny. You can watch this. Yeah.
That's so funny because when I did the Aristocrats movie,
did
and my mother, Ruth, God rest her soul.
Did she watch it?
Well, no, she was, she always read the newspaper. She was a big reader. And she said, well, it says here, there's a review of the movie and it says, you're one of the top 5 filthiest people in the movie. I hope you're happy with that, Judith. And I was like, oh, fuck. Because I did that, they came, Penn Jillette and...
it's a fantastic movie, by the way.
It is, but I was like about to give birth. I literally was like, gave birth like 2 weeks later. And I was pregnant and they come in and I'm like doing the Aristocrats joke. And it's all about getting fucked in the ass while you're pregnant. And the fucking baby comes out and the whole, and this just so filthy, gross, disgusting. And I come home and my ex at the time, I was like, I just said the most disgusting. And she was like, you're a mother, Judy. You're a mother. Okay. What about when these kids go to school? And it's so embarrassing. And I'm like, so I called Paul and I was like, you can't do it. And he's like, shut the fuck up.
Now your mother and your ex, like, did they understand like
no
the importance of that joke?
No,
like, they don't care.
No idea. My mother was like, 80 whatever years old and my ex was a fucking businesswoman, but it was like it's all about it's like people in the arts, you realize, you live it, that people in the arts don't care what other people, we do care what other people think because we're comics, so we definitely want to laugh,
right? It's its own world.
Yeah, it is. It's like, no, I know I'm not doing this for other people. I'm not doing this, my job is not to make other people feel comfortable. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's to disrupt. And a lot of people don't want to disrupt.
Well, it's really just to like, I need to do this to keep the demons at bay.
Right. If you lived in my fucking head, you would do the same I don't know what you would do because, some quote, first of all, as someone who's a music person, you said sketch and music are very similar. What you love about them is that a sketch and a song, there's no connective tissue when you go to the next thing.
Yeah.
I love that. And you said you try to keep it to 3 minutes, but it's interesting because I feel like sketch, you don't know if you're doing like improv. I would equate that to jazz, where
right.
It's like
rarely good.
Right. here's your topic. Go. And unless you guys are like fucking in the same, sort of, and I said guys, everyone, so I'm really anti they them, but you got to be in the same fucking playing field, like so connected. But a sketch has a beginning, a middle, and an end. A song has a beginning, middle, and an end. And once it's over, it's over. And I love that. It's so true. And they're both musical.
Yeah, I think math is important. And I think that numbers are important, and I think 3 is important.
Yeah, I love 3. 3 in comedy,
Yeah.
syllables, everything. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's the same with music. Like I think a song that's really going to hit, you're going to hit the chorus 3 times.
Right.
Like there's a numerical structure that music and sketch share.
Right.
And I also think like if you're at 2.5 minutes, you should be wrapping up.
Right.
I think a lot of times when people shit on SNL, it's because of the length.
Yep.
And that's actually a cost thing. It's because you can't do 90 minutes. You can't have 30 sets in a show.
Oh,
like,
yeah. And they're changing them at the commercial.
Yeah, you're reined in by the amount of sets that you can afford. And so like that's why some of the SNL sketches are like 8 minutes long, 9 minutes long. And they go past the point of their premise being funny. It's a budgetary thing.
Right. If you look at old SNL, they're longer.
Really?
Yeah, they're really long. You're like, wow, this is a really long sketch, and not as fucking complicated. But
because they're probably coming off of because they're breaking the mold. Like they're still part of that Sid Caesar show of shows that they're kind of like looking at. Like,
yeah. Growing up, I mean, did you ever watch like the Carol Burnett show or any old kind of sketch stuff?
I wasn't allowed to watch anything really. Like,
God.
Like there's anything with like curse words or I couldn't watch Smurfs as a kid because it had magic in it. I couldn't watch He-Man magic. So for some reason, the only thing that I was sketch wise, the only thing I was allowed to watch was Monty Python.
Yeah.
Because it aired on like PBS.
Right.
Like, so that
funny too. Yeah.
Yeah. And there'd be like nudity in it at some points. It was weird. It was this, everyone just turned a blind eye to Monty Python because it seemed smart because they talked in the British accents and stuff like that. So that was, I could watch that. And I think that's, I love, Python and it was a huge like influence. And, we actually got to be in the documentary about them. And I got to meet all of them except John Cleese.
That's so awesome.
Yeah. They were great. They were great.
I fucking love that. You said another quote I read. You need to perform. You think the need to perform is rooted in some sort of emptiness. And I could not agree more. When people say something about what I do, look, I'm 58. I still go out and do fucking sets every night, and it's like, it really, the fact that I need to go out there and get laughs from fucking strangers, that I have a better night's sleep when I do that. That fucking is my IV, it's fucking crazy.
Yeah. I mean, like, look, I mean, most of my friends are comedians.
Right.
But if I have to in my will say that if I die, who gets my kid? Yeah. It ain't going to be one of them. Right. Like, it's going to be like, like somebody who's like an accountant or something like, like there's a brokenness. I know it's cliche. But like, things are cliche a lot of times because they're true. Like, there's a brokenness in everyone.
Yeah. I mean, that's why I have another life. Like I have a life, and you're going to have another life because you have kids. You're going to meet people that you wouldn't normally meet. Cause like if I just was a comic, I'd just be around those people. But
I am 10 times happier in the last 3 years than I have been in my entire life up to this point.
You're not fucking focusing on yourself. You realize, oh my God, it's not all about me. It really is. Like I said to my therapist, I think, some of the greatest days of my life were when I was like in the middle of fucking me work, and the nurse called and said, your son is sick, you need to pick him up. And I was like, thank God I don't have to fucking deal with myself, and I can focus on someone else. I don't want him to be sick, but it was like, okay, thank you, universe.
Yeah.
I get to take care of a kid,
Kids are the greatest SSRI in the world. Like,
beyond.
Yeah. It's like, because it really does, switch flips, no matter what's going on in your head, you know, you go upstairs and then they're like, look at this truck. Isn't it cool? And then you're like, that is a cool truck.
Yeah. And I love you more than I've ever loved anything in my entire life. What the fuck is that?
Yeah.
The video you did with the computer on Coke, the Harriet Tubman fucking Hitler.
Yeah.
One of the funniest things with the fucking fake cock is, I mean, like, I get it. Like, if I said to Elisa, there's a video of Harriet Tubman fucking Hitler in the ass with a fake cock, and like, it's just something is fucking hilarious. She'd be like, oh my God.
Yeah.
You know, like, normal people would be like, and I was like, oh my God, why didn't I think of that? Why didn't I like, that's how sick I am.
Well, I love the idea of like having like a positive message and going about it like a really stupid way. Right. Being anti-racist, but then being like, yeah, we should rape Hitler.
Yeah.
Like, you know, it's like
fucking great.
And have like a civil rights icon be the person raping, you know, like, I don't know.
I love it. The gays got married, by the way, at being a gay. I can't stop showing people that video.
Oh, that's awesome. Thank you.
And your voice, you have such a you are so musically talented. You definitely got that singing from your parents, I assume.
Yeah.
I mean, you have a beautiful voice. You could probably, you know, be in some fucking opera. I mean, did you study?
Here's the key to like having a good country voice. Smoke a pack a day a lot and drink a lot of whiskey when you're young. Like that just really.
I guess my ship has sailed.
That just really.
Gays got married.
It really messes up the voice.
Range is fucking great, but now you don't smoke anymore because you have kids, right?
I don't. I've been doing the vape thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what does the doctor say about that situation?
They don't love it, but like it's better than smoking. And so like, you know, I'm from Virginia, like, you know, tobacco country and stuff like that. So like all my uncles smoked, you know, so I kind of have like, they're like the canaries in the mine, you know, and they're in their 70s and they're doing all right. So like, I gotta think that like, you know, if I'm not smoking the cigarettes and I'm doing the vape, it's gotta be a little better. I don't know.
You know, Elisa's grandmother smoked like a pack a day, maybe more, I don't know, and lived to 96. So there you go.
That's the thing is like, there's no rhyme or reason to it.
Right. It's so weird. And then you have the commercials where half the woman's neck is out and she's like, you know, I can't.
Oh, terrifying. Have you ever, you never smoked?
I did. I smoked from 15 to 23. And
why did you get the ding for 15?
I don't know. I was just, my finger was bad. Because the gays call it marriage. No. And my ex, Sharon, but you know, she doesn't want me to call her Sharon. She wants me to call her Wendy in my act, but I just call her Schwendy. Anyway, Schwendy, I met her parents. I went to their house and they both smoked. The mother was Jewish, the father wasn't. 3 packs a day. And the walls were sort of tinted yellow. And we went down to eat dinner and it was like, and after meeting them, that was it.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's great.
Awful. So thank you, Schwendy.
3 packs a day that's impressive.
Yeah, that's and they were like Viceroy. They were like fucking major fucking nicotine, like crazy cigarettes. And I enjoy the marijuana, but we were just talking the other day. I was talking with my friend Ainsley and Elisa, and we were talking about like
the bell is my favorite thing, by the way. Like it makes me laugh every time. I love it.
How many people write to me and they're like, the bell is really annoying.
No.
You.
Double down, more bell. I love it.
But you know, sometimes there's a Jew on and it's like, so we were just talking, like, if smoking was not dangerous, like I fucking loved smoke. Like I fucking love it. It was the greatest. And if it wasn't bad for your health, forget it.
I know. Like, no, right? Like drinking and smoking together, it's like peanut butter and jelly.
like a fucking nice tequila, like neat and chilled, and a fucking or whiskey and a fucking cigarette. All right.
It's
anyway,
incredible. Yeah.
I fucking could talk to you all day. I think
We could get a sponsorship from Philip Morris. Like,
yeah, that's great.
They got money.
With Lululemon, the real gift happens when they're living in it. When you give the fan favorite everywhere belt bag, the real gift is... And when the ultra-soothing Rest Feel slides are the gift, you're really giving them... This holiday, Lululemon makes it easy to give little luxuries that go beyond. Open the moment. Shop now at Lululemon.com.
So right now you're working for Disney, which is fucking hilarious.
I know, it's weird.
Where are you located?
I live in Los Angeles.
Oh.
Yeah.
Do you like it?
I love it. I lived in New York for 10 years and then I came out here and I really do. You know what? I get depressed easy.
Yeah, same.
And weather plays a huge part of it. And it was just one thing I don't have to worry about anymore. Like, you know,
like I always ask the guests two questions. One is what you do for your mental health, because, and if you're on meds or whatever, you know, I suffer from clinical depression.
Mm-hmm.
I recently had about 3 weeks, maybe of I'm quitting. I hate my life. I'm just done. I want to work in a store. You know, like I go through these I call my agent. I'm like, you know what? I'm done. They're like, you're not done, Judy. I'm like, I am. I'm done. And what are you going to do? Like, I get so, yeah, go ahead. What were you going to say?
I was just saying, I'm about to go into trucking school to get my Class A license so that I can drive trucks. Just because I kind of want that there. Like because there's you know, not a month goes by where I'm like, what if I just faked my death and just like disappeared and started over? I'll just be a trucker. You know?
Wow. I always I'm like, see, it's easy because you're only you're like 41, right?
Yeah, 41.
When you get to 58, it really is just real estate fucking license. That's all you can do, really. I remember.
Did you see Nomadland?
No.
Oh my God.
I gotta see it.
I watched it and I was like, that's what I want to do. I want to just like, you know, I just want to like just travel around and work odd jobs, like clean boats, you know, for like a week and just like and disappear.
You know, it's so weird because before, all right, I'm at the age, like I have people I know 10 years older who've retired from their job. And now there's a woman, Libby, who works at the tennis club and she is a retired, you know, educator. And it's like, yeah, I want to work in a fucking deli. I want to fucking work in a deli. I love sandwiches.
That's a great one.
You know?
Working in a deli, that would be, I worked at Subway sandwiches
fucking A.
In college. It's so zen.
Yeah.
Like you just check out. You're basically like, because you're I forget which side, but part of your brain shuts down and you're just making sandwiches and you're just like daydreaming and
then you're done.
It's fantastic. And you get as many sandwiches as you want to take home.
You do? I'm working. I'm going to work at Subway.
Yeah. Don't. The sandwiches are terrible.
I know that fucking fake tuna fish too. What the fuck is that shit? It's not.
What is any of their stuff? Yeah.
So what do you do for your mental health?
What do I do for my mental health? I annoy my wife a lot.
Oh my God, same.
I ask her if I'm okay, and if I'm on fluoxetine.
Oh, me too. Fuck. Oh, just got it's Luvox, right?
No, I don't know. Mine just says fluoxetine.
Paxil? No. So, all right. So this is what happened. Oh my God, I fucking love you. I was on Paxil, and then my doctor was like, you know, they call it Paxil, Paxon, and you've gained a lot of weight. And I'm like, go fuck yourself. You're fucking rich.
Is that why I've gained weight?
Yes.
So
then they put me on, So then they put me on Luvox, which is fluvoxamine. And I was getting really irritable. And I was like, and I just went on it because I was gaining weight on Paxil, which is paroxetine. And I'm telling you right now, I was on the Luvox and I just switched back to the Paxil because I gained so much weight, even though you're not supposed to have weight gain on Luvox. I gained weight. I guess it was because of the fucking pandemic, which I have to tell you, when we were in quarantine, I was never happier. I loved it.
I loved it.
Oh my God, me too. I fucking loved it. I was like,
and I didn't think I did. And then I went out to dinner for the first time, and there was a couple next to me that were so loud, and I was like, fuck. I was like, I forgot I don't like any of this.
Right. I hate you. I hate everyone. And I didn't have to go online and see everyone's perfect life and like they're on vacation and they're doing 8,000 gigs. It was so great. I fucking miss it.
I got COVID. Did you get COVID?
No, I didn't get it. You did?
I got it, but I got the good COVID where like I had no. So I got COVID because Disney would test me 3 times a week.
Right.
And then it came back positive. I was like, could this be a false? Because I feel fine. And they're like, no. When it's false, multiple come back. Like you're the only one of the whole show that came. So it's like it's not a corrupted batch or something. Right. You got it. Right. So I got a beach place. I went up to the beach and I just bought a bunch of tequila and pot. And I was like, I'm either going to die. So I'm going to go through it this way. Cause this was at the time where you couldn't go in the hospital. Right. The hospitals in LA were full. So I was like, I'm either going to have like a last stand like thing, or I'm going to be fine. And I'll, and then
I have a little vacation.
And I never got a single symptom. So I just partied for a week.
Lucky.
Yeah.
That could be your blood type, you know.
I think a lot of it comes down to like that's what they're finding now, right? Yeah. Is that it's a lot of blood type kind of thing.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. So I don't know. I love the Paxil. I'm just letting you know.
Okay.
Then you have to take the Wellbutrin with it so you can have an orgasm. The thing about the Luvox, I think you can still have an orgasm, right?
Me? Well, I haven't gotten any side effects from it.
Oh, you're so fucking lucky.
Except that I have gained weight, but I just assumed that it was because I was like hitting my 40s.
Yeah, so it could be COVID too. Like we weren't, you know.
Yeah, but I'm on it for OCD.
Yeah, that's what Paxil is, OCD.
Yeah, because I have like a crippling obsessive compulsive disorder. Same. It takes me a half hour to leave the house. So like they put me.
Can you? They don't fucking understand.
No one does. Like they're like, you're late to everything. I'm like, do you understand what I did to get here? Like,
and also, I have ADHD with it, so it's so bad because I will do this thing where I'm like, okay, I'm getting everything ready, and it's all going to be out. Right. And I'm going to put it in the thing and blah, blah, blah. And I plan the whole thing and I take everything out. And then I get in the car and I'm like, what? I left my glasses on the bed. I took them out on purpose. And like, I fucking want to cry and hit myself. I can't get out. It's awful. I cannot get out of the house. And my kids are like, okay, mommy, why don't you get ready now? And then we'll be getting ready in an hour, and then we'll all be ready. And I'm like, shut the fuck up. You have no idea what's out of my head.
Yeah, you know how early I got up to get ready for this so I could be on time? No, I mean, like, you know, I started a half hour early. Yeah.
It's such bad OCD. And
for me, it's leaving rooms. It's transferring from one room to another.
Right.
And so... like there's like rituals I have to do for each specific room to get through, like, you know, that. And then, so like at the end of the night, like I do all my stuff and I finally get in bed. And then if my wife like asks for something, she's like, hey, can you get this from upstairs? I'm like, and I'm like, but now she's kind of like, okay. Like
if I'm doing something right here, like with my ADDDDDDH, if I'm sitting there, like finally focusing like on something. And Elisa says, I'm going to get the mail. I'm like, no, like fucking train going through my head. Like I was focusing and you said you're going to get the mail and now I'm never going to get back there. Never, you know, it's so fucking fucked up.
Yeah. That's why quarantine was so great. It's because like, you know, I don't have to do my thing to get in my car. I don't have to like, you know, I can just sit in this room.
Right. And do whatever
forever
I want. I know. I loved it. Okay. My other question I ask is It's called Kill Me Now, which Brandeis, by the way, came out with a new list of phrases you can't say.
We played Brandeis. It was one of the funnest colleges to play.
They're fucking smart.
Yeah, and also it was a fun party afterwards. They were like, yeah.
But they just came out with a list, and you can't say "kill me" or "kill me now" or "I want to kill myself." So I really can't even talk all day because that's all I fucking say. So what? I just get pissed off at everything. That's why I don't
understand. The list said you're not allowed to.
Right. So they came out with a list of terms that are no longer acceptable and words.
Really?
Yeah. No can do. And long time no see. You're not allowed to say that.
Why?
Because it was for non-native English speakers. It's taken from them. You can't say tribe. You can't say trigger anymore, which is the whole fucking problem because it's gone. It's like fucking ridiculous. I can't take it.
But these rules are just for young people, right? Like,
young people. Yeah.
I feel like don't you get grandfathered into things?
That's what I agree. like I need to be grandfather. Like, no, I didn't. I haven't. You've been on the earth for like 19 years. You have no fucking idea. They have different meanings to us. When I say, hey guys, I'm not like saying gender. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
So what pisses you off more than anything in the entire world?
Oh,
makes you crazy fucking angry.
I hate when people use the word hubby. I can't stand it.
Hubby?
Like,
this is my hubby.
Yeah, I hate it. I hate man cave when people say that.
Yeah.
I hate I hate when everyone just starts having the same opinion.
Right.
Where it's like where like you go out and then like everyone has the exact same opinion, but they're talking about
mentality. Yeah.
Where you're like, okay, so something happened on the Today Show or some television shows did something where like now everybody's talking about this and with the same kind of like, but I don't know, it's just words for me.
But that's religion. Like that's exactly what religion is, and that's where you grew up, where everyone, like these people who are like, oh wait, you're gay. Wait, what do I think? Let me check with my pastor to see what I think about that. I mean, I like you, but yeah.
Yeah, they're not thinking for yourself. Well, like the first thing that weirded me out about organized religion was the everyone saying things in unison.
Right.
Like, which I guess ties into like why so you're sitting there and it's like there's the call and response where they read a part and then everyone else reads a part and it's just the I remember being young and the sound of an entire room saying the exact same thing at the exact same time just like sent off. It was a warning bell. Like it was I don't like this. I don't like it.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That's so funny because whenever we did that in synagogue, I would be like, blah, 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 blah. Like it's trying to get it as fast as I could.
Yeah,
it just I do an accent.
Well, that's good. Have fun with it.
Yeah, that was the only way. Can you tell me where people can find I fucking love you. I want to do something with you. I want to write a song. I want to do something. I fucking think you are so.
Well, let's do something. Let's do something.
All right, I'll do it. And the big fat Lizzie. Where can everyone find you?
Well, I just finished a season of my second season of my Comedy Central talk show, which is on Comedy Central's YouTube. I guess you can find it now. Like you can look up like the Trevor Moore show.
Right.
Me and the Whitest Kids do a Twitch channel that we're raising money because we have a Whitest Kids film coming out next year.
Oh, awesome!
Yeah, it's animated. I've never done animation. And it's
great. You can get away with a lot of shit with animation.
I don't ever want to do anything else. After doing animation, it's like you don't have to worry about budget. Like anything you can draw. Like So we have a really cool animated film coming out next year that we're crowdfunding. So we're doing it on official WKUK at YouTube, at Twitch. We're on all those things. So
You're the best. I really have to meet you when I come to LA. I fucking think you're.
Oh, please do. This was so much fun. Like I really enjoyed, I saw it was going to be 90 minutes. I was like, can I talk for 90 minutes? But like this felt like 20. This was great.
Oh, you're the best. I know. I feel like people think, oh, fuck, it's 90 minutes. But
well, it seems like it's daunting when you read it on your email for the next day. You're like 90 minutes, like,
right.
But this was great. I love this.
But I love people's stories. That's what, thank you so much, Trevor. You're the best of luck with everything. Text me when you're depressed because I text Gary Goldman when I'm depressed. I'm having a bad day because I can't some days I'm just like, I'm not going to get through this. So.
Sure. We'll get ready for a lot of texts.
Okay. You too.
Thank you so much for listening to part 2 of Kill Me Now with the lovely, incredible, kind, wonderful Trevor Moore. He is missed. The world is a lot less funny without him. Kill Me Now is produced by Laura Vogel, edited by Colin Schmaling. This podcast would not be possible without the help, loyalty, the trustworthiness of Brittany Jo Sowards, who is married to Samuel Richmond. If you have not subscribed and left a review to the show, you're an asshole. And you really need to, because I need more people listening so I can keep doing this labor of love, because that's what it is. Buy my book. It's August. You're going to be sitting on the beach. Why not read something funny and easy and entertaining? Yes, I could say that. When they come for the comedians, we're all in trouble. Okay. So there you go. If you're on the Cape, that would be Cape Cod people. I am, through August, I am at the Art House on Tuesday nights and Wednesday nights at 7:30 p.m. Not August 9 or 10, but all the other Tuesday and Wednesdays in August. If you live or are visiting Saratoga Springs or Lake George or that area, I'll be at the Mansion on August 18th. But you know what you could do? You actually could go to my website, judygold.com, and check out my calendar and see where I'm performing. Or follow me on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, at JudyGold, JEWDYGOLD, because I'm a Jew. I'm a Jew. Speaking of which, I just got back from Israel, and I loved every minute of it. The food, I just... By the time you hear this, I'll probably have posted some photos of the food. I can't, it's like, and then I come back here and there's no comparison. Everything is fresh until even the places that look like, oh, I would never go eat in there. The food is fucking phenomenal. I did stand up while I was there. I just loved it. I went to the beach. I went to the Holocaust Memorial, Yad Vashem, which is, that was my second time going. You could go 1,000 times and still learn something new. But it was really great. Ben, of course, got it. Do you hear the siren in the back? Guess where I am. Okay. Anyway, but Ben got injured and couldn't play in the... Really? Is this... Okay. I mean, how slow is this cop car going? Oh my God, that was a long one. Okay. So Ben hurt his foot and couldn't play, but he was like really engaged, and he acted sort of like a coach to the 3-on-3 basketball team. So he's a good sport. And now he's back here in New York with me, and I can't see the floor to his room because there's so much fucking laundry that I'm not doing. Anyway, if you're still listening, I just want to say you really have no life, that you have time to like stay on till the end. And I love you for that. I really do. I love you for that. That's it. I don't know what else to tell you. Can't believe you're still listening. Brittany's right behind me, by the way, everyone. Like she's listening to me do this. Yeah. Brittany, who's married now. And
wrap it up.
Shut up. Anyway, I love all of you. Thank you so much for listening. And as we always say, so long.